Right, so this is a slightly unusual video for me. It's from an audiobook I listened to, or started to listen to, in 2020. It's called Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. And it's subtitled Stop Believing the Lies About Who You Are So You Can Become Who You Were Meant to Be. I like the concept of the title. I had high hopes. It was about how maybe you shouldn't wear too much makeup because, as it might be quite obvious, makeup is not my thing, and I think it's preposterous requirements in society is something we should get rid of. Had a hope that this book was a bit about that. So this is a unique review in that it was a book that was not bad. I didn't actively dislike it. I'm reviewing it, even though I didn't finish it, and that's because I am going to forget it pretty fast. I'd already forgotten it, in fact, until someone liked it on Goodreads. At the end of the day, this book was just not for me. So no, really, it wasn't that bad a book. It's a self-help book by a very young American woman who is apparently well known from blogs and stuff, but I'd never heard of her. I didn't actively dislike it. I thought that having her read her own book for the audio was a nice touch. And I kind of loved her enthusiasm, and I like her overall message. It's just not for me. I have a lot of girl power and feminist friends. I think one of them recommended it to me. I can't remember who. I appreciate the thought. Also, I just know I will have completely forgotten this book within a couple of months. Even now, I forgot it from 2020 to 2023. I'll forget it again. I need this review. So why wasn't it for me? Well, mostly I suspect because I don't know her blog life. I've already read a lot of self-help books back in the day, and while I didn't actively disagree with anything she was saying, none of it was especially relevant to my life, and none of it was especially new or innovative. I am not that young. I am completely not American. The constant God church references just made me cringe. I know Americans are big on that stuff, but Australians really aren't. It's not a thing. All the mama stories and cute anecdotes about body changes are fine, but I don't have kids, and like most of my friends, I've never wanted them. I have heard stories from people who have had them, and this book will probably work for them. I think I actually recommended it to one lovely woman I know who has 2 kids. And I think the humour and the youthfulness of this might appeal to her. But those sort of body changey, cringy things, like people you're stuck beside at a barbecue and you have to listen to politely, so you just sort of smile and nod while you're thinking about other things and looking for the opportunity to get away. What else? I think that for a lot of young women, she does have a lot of good messages. I don't understand some of the viewpoints that she is trying to talk out against. So she's trying to reinforce people and help them be their best self. But the things she's trying to talk them out of aren't things I have felt, and sometimes I didn't quite know what she was talking about. I've got to admit. Self-worth and self-esteem, whatever gives more of that to young women in our society, it gets my vote. So I don't dislike this book. I approve of it. I just had nothing in common with it. There are many women too young to have ever encountered the original self-help years, or even the later 80s and 90s self-help years. They're the ones where I bought into it all. So those women, or at least apparently the white Christian American ones, this contemporary voice will probably be very comforting and very helpful and very relevant to them. But I'm not any of these things, so it's not for me. How far through did I make it? I'm really not sure. It might have been chapter 6. We'd reached a point where Rachel was listing all these things that hold you back from achieving your goals. And I had been listening to it for about 10 kilometers worth of driving, not heard anything new or engaging, and I just suddenly thought, I am done. I'd rather listen to the radio. Somewhere in this long list of who could count as an authority figure, because, yes, at this stage of my life, I do know what an authority figure is. Thanks for trying to explain it. But the voice in the back of my head can also be one. Yes, I know that. Okay, so 10 kilometers worth of listening to a book that didn't engage me in any way. I was done. I turned it off. I never listened to it again. I hope she gets through to lots of women who need her message and what she's saying, whatever that is, and good luck to all of them. Future Deborah, listen to current Deborah. Never engage with this book again. Probably avoid any by this author because I don't think she and I live in the same world.